continuity, antique, vintage, and renewed goods storefront in downtown Muskegon on 3rd Street. I feature in continuity furniture, decor, jewelry, art, and all of it is either antique, vintage, or it's been recycled or repurposed. We make different items out of various pieces and give them a new life and new image. Okay. Actually, I've always grown up with antiques. My family is very interested in antiques and always kind of been pickers along the way. So that is kind of my background growing up. But my last career position was with the Muskegon Chamber of Commerce, and we were constantly encouraging others to start businesses. And so along the way, kind of got the wheels, ticking. And I had some experience in the past with kind of tweaking my interest to start a business, starting in high school with a marketing class that I had taken and wrote a business plan at that time. So there was some interest starting along the way, but my last position at the Chamber of Commerce really helped to encourage me to start a business, and along the way working with the downtown redevelopment and working with a lot of small businesses, I started to really kind of get the wheels turning on what it was that I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to have a small business. I knew it had to be in downtown Muskegon. And so along the way, those pieces started to come together. And it wasn't really until I was pregnant for my daughter, who is now 2, that I realized I think it's time to start a different career path, and decided to kind of put some feelers out there with friends and family and see what they thought about a small retail storefront in downtown Muskegon. And just really started working on a business plan along the way, knowing it needed to be retail, it needed to be small, I needed to be able to handle it myself and maybe 1 or 2 other employees. And I wanted it to be something very different, not your standard retail store where you call up vendors and you just keep reordering, purchasing items. I wanted something kind of fun and funky that would be very unique to our area, not just for the locals here, but for our tourists and visitors. And really, with my antique background, knew that there was, obviously an interest there, as well as help from family. And but I didn't want to be your typical antique store. I didn't want to be high-end, pricey things. Obviously, in this economy, that isn't as successful right now. So started tweaking it a bit more and decided I wanted to be antique, vintage, which is more my style, as well as the recycled, repurposed goods. I would say that owning a business is not for everybody. Some people, they like to go to work, be given tasks, be told what to do, and accomplish those tasks. And, for some people that's great, and for others, I think there's that kind of inside desire to run things yourself, handle every aspect of something yourself. So it's been very rewarding, but it's also been challenging. You don't have somebody telling you need to take care of this at this day, at this time. And, you can't always just rely on a paycheck. You're not just on a payroll. It's, you're making your own money. But it is very rewarding to come in, especially being a small business owner. You come in, turning on all your lights, getting things set up for the day, doing things like sweeping your sidewalk or shoveling, the snow. Really makes you feel like a small business owner, kind of back in the day, just a little street shop owner. And so that's been a lot of fun. Making decisions on my own, being in charge and being able to handle everything myself has been kind of a challenge for me. And it's been an exciting challenge to handle everything from my branding, my business name, designing my logo, designing my website, all my purchases, inventory, repairing, painting, all of those things, as well as marketing and continuing to advertise and get the word out about my business. It's been a lot of fun and a lot of work. My business needed to be something that was standard work hours. I didn't want to be working nights, weekends so much with having a new child at home. And so working weekdays, I really actually anticipated having my daughter in the store a lot more, and learned quite quickly that doesn't work so well with an infant or now toddler around glass and fun little things that she likes to touch. But it's been fun, for her to be able to come here. And in the beginning, when I was working on decorating the space, painting and flooring. I had her here in her stroller, in her car seat oftentimes, and she'd wake up in the bathroom and look around and wonder, where in the heck am I? So that was fun along the way, and now even, and we say we're going to Mommy Shop, and she gets all excited. So it's been a lot of fun, but with this particular business, it's not just the hours that I'm here, because I also have to spend, personal time going out finding things. So I'm hitting estate sales, antique markets, flea markets, just about anything that's going on within the area, and sometimes going out of town on the weekends and bringing my family along with. So it can be kind of challenging, having an infant at that time and balancing starting a business and trying to promote yourself and get the word out there. Yeah, like I mentioned, I do go to a lot of estate sales, a lot of local estate sales in Muskegon and West Michigan, hit antique markets, flea markets throughout the state during the summer months. And we'll venture down once in a while in the summer to Chicago, some of the antique markets down there, and get some real fun, funky things around there and some good prices. And usually around here, the unique part of going to estate sales around here is you find a lot of local memorabilia, you find a lot of local, well-known names that are having estate sales throughout the summer, historic homes downtown in Muskegon and throughout the area. So that's really neat to see and go in there and see not only the house, which is fun, but also the things that people have collected along the way, which is very unique, whether it's in their travels or their personal collections or family heirlooms. And that's a lot of fun, and to be able to get good prices on that and pass that on to my customers is really unique and exciting. I do take items on consignment. Typically, if it's general merchandise, I will purchase outright, but have been doing a lot more consignment with local artists on art, jewelry, and that type of thing. But I'm always interested in consigning a piece of furniture or something like that, and especially working with locals. This here is an example of kind of a showcase piece, one of my favorite pieces, as well as customers that come in. And this is actually one of the first larger pieces that I purchased before I opened. When I was contemplating opening my business and I was traveling around a bit, I went with my dad to his friend's garage, actually. He's a picker as well. And this piece was sitting on its side. All the drawers were out, and you couldn't see the glass, and there may have been a few nests or animals in there along the years. But my dad's friend picked this up about 20 years ago and had been using it on and off for storage of car parts and accessories. And if you can see the detail in here, it's very original detail. Nothing has been done to make it look distressed or old. It is very old. And we're not certain, but we think that it probably came from a general merchandise store. You have lots of storage here for many different items. And then obviously the glass cabinets and shelving over here as well. And don't think it would have been residential, because back then, people didn't have a lot of clothing and accessories to put in all of those drawers. And it may have been a little bit too high for a standard kitchen, something like that. So it probably came from a store, but it's been really exciting to have in here something unique that people have seen online and they come just to check it out. And it was a challenge getting it in. We actually had to roll it in on pipes because it just barely cleared the door. We rolled it on its side. I've had quite a bit of interest. Some people, they just don't have the space or don't have the funding for it right now. But we've had quite a bit of interest, especially for cottages and summer homes around here. So kind of one of my unique feature pieces, and I'm okay if it doesn't go anywhere right away, because it's a good for displays and showcase. I have to say I've been really pleased with the response that I've received, not only from the community, but also tourists outside of the community. Recognizing what a cool store this is and what cool things are in here, as well as, the value, the pricing, and the quality of furniture pieces that are in here that are, antiques. They've been around for many years. Initially starting this business, I thought, oh, it's a little bit different. It's not your standard antique shop, or antique mall. There aren't booths. And, I thought it might be difficult for people to see, and as well as me going through it, trying to visualize, okay, how is this going to come out with blending these things? Is it going to work? And I've had such a great response from everybody that's been in, and And really all ages, all backgrounds, all income levels have really, been excited and been able to pick up pieces in here. And that's been the fun part. And I think that's a fun part of being in downtown Muskegon and along this area on 3rd Street is it's a very diverse and eclectic neighborhood. And that's really what I was going for. Some people will come in and say, oh, do you feel safe down here? I love it down here. Like I said, my daughter's down here, my dad's down here all the time, my mom will cover for me here and there. And I think being in this area is the best area for me. I tell people, you'll see a luxury SUV outside, then you'll see a family with children and strollers. Then you'll see a guy with, huge mohawk and tattoos and earrings. You'll see young girls. You'll see older women, luncheon ladies, shopping and dining down the road. And that's what I love. You get more of a big city feel right along this corridor, really than anywhere else on the lakeshore. And that really complements what I'm looking for, in my business as well as this area in downtown Muskegon. So I've been really pleased with the response from customers as well as the area itself. The location here on 3rd Street is just near the corner of Houston and between Houston and Monroe. It's more towards Muskegon High School. And it's not your typical corridor on 3rd Street with the Frohenthal and the Chronicle and the Culinary Institute, but still on 3rd Street. So this little area has a little bit more of a vintage kind of funky vibe to it than your city center does. So a lot more foot traffic right here, a lot more neighborhood people and activity going on right here. And surprisingly, a lot of tourism coming through this way, walking this way. The restaurant Me and Grace has been, very successful in this area, and people are coming from all over the place to go there, and then they stumble upon, our little treasure shops along here as well. It's really hard to pinpoint, when people ask what do you offer in there, and there really is a variety, and I say furniture, art, decor, jewelry. But looking around a little bit, or if you go to my website, you see, or coming in the store, you'll see that it's a variety of everything. I have everything from original art pieces, art by tattoo artists, lamps. We've got different size tables, sell a lot of little tables, and the painted distressed tables, as well as antique and heirloom pieces. Dish sets with a variety of different brands, a lot of pottery, a lot of glassware, really just a whole variety of different things for decorating, as well as jewelry and furniture. And what we're seeing now, obviously with this whole national trend, when you see these picker shows and Pawn Stars and things like that, which has helped my business a lot. But it's not just, with the pickers that it used to be. Now it's very mainstream. It's popular to do that. You're getting, young, hip, funky people in here, as well as people that have, a good amount of money and can choose anywhere that they want to spend their money. But they're seeing, the importance of the value of, furniture and quality craftsmanship from unique pieces. And now you're seeing people start to blend that into their modern homes even. You could go through a parade of homes and see a brand new home with a really cool, old butcher block island in the kitchen. And people are wanting to mix those old pieces, whether they be painted and distressed or just an old antique piece, with their brand new, modern decors. So people are really recognizing, not only the importance, but how fun it is to be able to incorporate pieces, colorful pieces at a really good price than if you were to go out and go to a typical antique store and buy something a little more high-end. These are everyday pieces. These are not pieces that are going to just sit in your cabinet and collect dust. They're priced so they can go out of here quickly, but so they can be used every day as well. This, I would say, is my own personal favorite area. I put a lot of my favorite things in this area, and you'll see a lot of kind of the colorful vintage things in this area, quirky little things. A lot of customers come to this area first. And so typically I do put a lot of my favorite things as well as some of the unique like retro types of items. And I like to kind of incorporate them together so people kind of get lost in their searches and are really kind of paying attention to every little detail that they see throughout the store, and have a lot of fun doing it. One of my favorite things to do is working with local artists on pieces that they create, their own handmade art, whether it be jewelry or paintings or pins, accessories, different things like that. And so I've been working with a lot of local artists as the word gets out, and we'll do consignment or I'll purchase outright for them, but that way it gives them an opportunity, not just selling online or at a craft show, but to be able to tell their customers, hey, I have my items in this little shop in downtown Muskegon, go check them out. And so that way it's a win-win for both of us. We're getting unique pieces. I love when artists are using recycled pieces. Those seem to sell very well. So I'm always interested in working with more local artists on selling and giving them exposure as well. One of the unique things that I do for customers that they have really appreciated is a wish book. And it's really a wish list. If you don't see something in the store or something that we might have in the basement that's being worked on, I have a wish book, and I take down the dimensions, what style, whether they want it painted, what somebody is looking for as far as a furniture piece for their home. And we're out everywhere, every week, going to any kind of sale that's going on, and so are able to pick those pieces up for people when they don't see something in the store that they're looking for. And it's been really unique for me, because that way I'm specifically focused on something for a customer, and then for the customer to be able to come in, get exactly what they're looking for. I've sent pictures out, hey, is this the right thing that you're looking for? Will this work for you? So customers have been pretty enthused with that. You can't typically do that at your standard stores or big box chains. But overall, I think customers have been excited about the opportunity to come in, incorporate different pieces in their home, and as well as visiting me on Facebook. I do post items every week, run sales and different things, and a lot of people have seen things on Facebook and come in specifically to pick that. I do post items on my website at shopcontinuity.com, and then, like I mentioned, I'm on Facebook as well, and really post on there regularly, every couple days or so. So come visit me downtown on 3rd Street at 1115 Suite 3. And my number is 231-747-7250, or you can email us at email@shopcontinuity.com.